place about the yard and how they look. And you know, even in the middle of town, which is supposed to be owned by the school, the grass looks like heck.
Owned by the church.
The church, the grass looks like it. These places that growed up, they look bad.
Well,
People coming in.
You can't mud now. It's been mud for the whole summer.
But, I mean, the stuff that's growed up to here.
But not just there.
You know, you can understand when it's mowed, when it's like this and it's been wet. But when it's
See
over,
where they tried to mud a little bit right in front of the church? Go take a look at it.
it grows
Yeah, see how
fast
it's
when
ready
it's
to-
hot and
Yeah.
wet. These houses that's around here, like my mom, for instance, my mom and dad's look like crap, okay? My sister and them come down here because somebody said something to them, and Kenny had a friend that said, your daddy's place looked like, so Kenny and them come down here and moved. Kenny made a circle around town. She says, why was everybody bitching about daddy's? There's more places worse than daddy's. You know?
We ain't not gonna have no success cleaning up Otter Creek. The people in Otter Creek don't tell me I've got my yard. I mean, look,
Well, they're doing it, Russell.
who's doing it?
So what does the ordinance say? Does the ordinance say you have to mow your yard? Okay.
It's not signed.
I'm not sure that.
Not sure if that
ordinance
makes a
is-
difference,
is
but-
happening. You need to check with the attorney on that.
It's ancient.
It's dated 1975, which I'm good with
I
it.
don't see a problem.
You know, taking, you know, like garbage sitting in front of your house, especially when you're coming through town and stuff like that, make Otter Creek look decent again.
But we don't live in Gainesville, we live in Otter Creek. We gotta know.
We can make it look like Gaines if we want to.
No,
I agree. What do we need
But
to
then
do?
it wouldn't be Otter Creek.
it wouldn't be Otter Creek.
But you know, you
We
can't,
talk, yeah.
We
just
can
like,
make it look
just
like
like
the
I said the
village.
other
Everyone
time,
said.
just like I said before, you can't pick on one or two and not get the whole bunch of them.
Exactly.
I agree.
100% agree with you, Marie.
And I don't think we're practicing that.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
Doug?
absolutely, I don't think we're practicing that at all.
I think it's real agendas.
Sticky fingers.
So where are we with enforcing the ordinance?
No, it's out of date, we can't do nothing.
Can we make a new
Wait a
ordinance?
minute, ordinance don't
Do
get
we
out
want
of
to?
date.
I think
Well, you
before we
just
make
said
an ordinance,
if,
everybody
it's
on town council.
It ain't signed, is it?
Probably,
Brad, is that ordinance in
I
the
was on,
It was
current
back in
ordinance?
Poppy Hill,
Mr. Attorney,
Monroe.
is that ordinance in the current
Thumbs up.
ordinance?
Mr.
Yeah, it's an ordinance,
Yeah,
in the book ordinance, it is. Right here.
what people forget is, you know, it costs us to take these ordinances in and out, so
It
they're
ain't
in
the
there,
point.
they're pretty
You
much
know,
in there, right?
here in the summertime, when it's so dang dry. And all these houses growed up and all, fire like that. Where did it come from? It ain't my yard. You know? It looks bad.
So who enforces these ordinances?
Well, that one, it hasn't come up.
Okay.
Actually,
It come up
as
So
five
who's
times
gonna
in the
enforce
past
it now?
2 years.
far in the past 2 years.
It's
5
come up
times.
twice in the past 2 years.
What?
You can make all the ordinances you want, if you ain't got nobody to enforce it, you just
Enforce it.
wasting your breath.
No, I'm just asking people, could they please clean up Otter Creek a little bit?
you were asking, you were hollering
Well,
about.
that's a
That's a good
voluntary
idea.
request, that's different than an
Ask
ordinance.
people.
You know, if they can come to my mom and dad's house and look at it and say, oh, it looks bad,
Who said that? Friends of theirs?
Wait a
maybe?
second. Didn't Lisa get a call
Anyway.
about her yard needing to be mowed and that what started the whole thing?
No. The call was not for that.
Okay.
Yes, please let Connie explain that, because it's gotten twisted.
Okay.
no, Connie, I know why it was done, but still,
Well, let her answer then, please.
The Carter's yard has always been kept up, and it hadn't been mowed. Hadn't seen them in a while. I was concerned. Is everybody all right? Are you selling? Is something wrong? And I emailed her as a neighbor because she gave me her email. It was done here, so it did have Connie call up town clerk, but I did it as a neighbor. Are you guys okay? You know, nothing's been done to the yard. Are you guys all right? we're having a real problem with snakes, because I was envisioning all these snakes getting in underneath that trailer and them coming home to a mess. Well, not home, because it's in their home. That's what I did. I was trying to be a neighbor. I wasn't trying to be a town clerk, and I wasn't complaining. I was thinking about them.
Well, now the subject's been brought up about the town needing to be cleaned up. So my question is, what's going to be done about it? If there's an ordinance that says the town, you're supposed to mow your yard or whatever. I mean, our town looks like ghetto. It's trashy and it's scuzzy. No one's ever going to want to move here because it looks like ghetto. So what can be done about it? If there's an ordinance, who enforces
Well,
it?
like your daddy said, he ain't gonna have nobody telling him to mow his yard. So there you go.
I'll take care of my dad mowing his yard. But I want to know about the rest of the town council and what can be done about it.
An ordinance like that.
But I do wish Old Creek.
Still don't have an answer.
It's not even the mowing, it's the trash.
In the junk and
The
everything
trash.
else.
Junk.
In addition to the mowing,
Right
but-
now, I think you ought to move on. Does it look much different than it ever has? I think
Yes.
it's very good.
Yes, it does. It looks much different than it
Much
has.
different, no, it don't.
People used to mow their yards and didn't live the way they live now.
When Paul Horner was here, Otter Creek was the best place you could live in.
Where you got
Still is.
But Russ laughed. Russ
So I
laughed.
still didn't get an answer about
But people cared
enforcement.
then.
Yeah.
He did that dead horse to death. Can we get off of it?
So,
But I still don't have an answer about who enforces the town ordinance. Or just in general, not about mowing the yard. Any of the town ordinances.
Here, 'cause you don't have no law.
Who enforces the town ordinance?
Ain't
So
nobody-
what's the point of having town ordinances if they're not gonna be enforced?
That's the same problem we had with the dogs. Nobody enforces that. It didn't even pay to have it on.
Then what's the point of a town council? I mean, no offense, I'm just curious.
Well, cooperate.
If you're not gonna enforce ordinances, then what are you
Do
here
you want
for?
code enforcement like Gainesville or the villages?
If that cleans up our town and keeps
I
us from
don't
getting
think so.
dog bit, then I would be fine with it.
I think just make a nice little notation possibly on the water bills, like, you know, hey, it's clean up Otter Creek week or something.
Hey, don't let your dogs attack
Well,
people.
what we gonna have another cleanup like
That's
we did the
gonna
road over
work.
yonder.
I'll try to Earth Day, but
You know, we done the whole road over yonder Earth Day.
yeah, that's when
They never picked out trash out of the, roads and
I
everything
went back
else.
there and dumped all kinds of goodies on it again.
Because
It's
Ghetto.
just the dumping place for animal carcasses in
it's ghetto town.
I think Old Creek told us that, it's just everywhere like that.
Maria, at one time, remember, we had a dump, town had a dump, fall on the garbage hole.
Yeah, remember? Right up there by the water plant.
And we also
No,
tried,
this is way before that.
almost had garbage pickup at one
we also
point, as I
tried
recall.
garbage pickup.
No, I thought they
Something happened there.
voted that
And
down,
it
garbage
got voted
pickup.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah, nobody wanted it. It
yeah.
was a good idea.
Because I was the only person that stood up
So nobody
in the
answered.
audience and said, I want a town
Okay,
garbage
yeah.
pickup.
Pay $35 a month to have the garbage picked up, they just take it off down there and throw it out by the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, now listen, that ain't only the people in Otter Creek that's doing
Oh,
that.
I know, there were people from everywhere coming and stuff there.
Hunters, especially this time of the year.
Yeah.
Not to give hunters a black eye, but they probably got a lot to do with it.
Okay. We will revisit this city ordinance on upkeep of yards and see what we can do about reworking it into something enforceable.
But if there's no one to enforce it, is there a point to doing that?
What can we do?
And do the code enforcement board, we can hire Navy County to enforce it.
We're not having the
Maybe
county.
and come in this
Do we
way.
have the volunteers in place? We would also need to hire an administrative official who would be the one to issue the code enforcement.
You hear all that?